From USNI News, Navy could sideline 17 support ships due to manpower issues. I've been talking about this for a long time. Okay, this has been an issue for not the length of this channel, which has been gone for 3 years. Dave Lauder wrote about this 6 years ago, but this has been an issue when I sailed with Military Sealift Command 30 years ago. I mean, back in the late 80s, early 90s. Everybody knew the leave policy was crap. And now what is happening is that MSC has fixed the leave policy at time, not by fixing it, but by throwing money at the problem and hiring people. Well, now they're churning through people at such a rate that they're having serious crewing issues, to the point that they're going to have to take out of service 17 vessels in what they're calling a force generation reset. 2 Lewis and Clark class replenishment ships that are in the prepositioning fleet are going away. A fleet oiler, 12 of the Spearhead class expeditionary fast transports. Just to be clear, there's only 15 of them. 3 of them are already laid up. So you're talking about laying up ships that are just being built. One of them just got built in January, just came in service, and you're talking about losing those. And then 2 forward deployed Navy expeditionary sea bases would enter extended maintenance. They're talking about the Puller and the Woody Williams out in the Middle East and Africa. There's no friggin' way those 2 ESBs are going away. I don't care what everybody thinks. The Central Command and AfricaCom is never going to let those things go away. The only option here is they're taking new ones and replacing them with Puller and Williams. But they got to have the new ones to replace them. This is... And let me be clear. I'm quoted in this article, and I know Military Sealift Command is not my biggest fan. I understand that because they don't like that I say what the issue is. But you got to fix the issue. I'm not the problem. The problem is the issue. The issue here is that... Now, I'm going to be 100%. I think Admiral Sobek, the commander of Military Sealift Command, is one of the very first commanders who's doing something about this. Sobek is the man. He is actually addressing this issue. And the reason he is taking 17 ships out of service is because he cannot get the authorization to hire more. MSC has a crewing allowance of 1.22 people per billet. They want to go to 1.5. That's the only way you get to 4 months on, 2 months off. That is not going to happen because the military is not going to fund those extra people. And not only are you not going to fund those extra people, but you got to get the extra people. And the problem is they have so burnt the bridge on recruiting people that they can't get new bodies in. What they need to do is a whole reset of this situation. They really do. They need, and there's an opportunity to do that right now. What Admiral Sobek is doing in conjunction with U.S. Fleet Forces Command, it's not MSC that's doing this. It is U.S. Fleet Forces that are doing this, the parent command of MSC for these vessels. MSC has multiple commanders, Transcom, and then U.S. Fleet Forces. Fleet Forces is giving the permission to go ahead and do this. By the way, the Navy's not happy about this story getting out. They are angry because they wanted to release this story probably on Friday next week before the long holiday. But this story needs to be told, because what Sobek is doing and what MSC is doing is taking those mariners, putting them into the pool, so now they can improve leave. And if you improve the leave stature, if you can get people relieved on time, that improves morale, it improves everything. And then you can start addressing the problem of recruiting more. It's at that point, once you improve the leave status, you need a policy, a program to go hit the state maritime schools, SIU, the training facilities for the unlicensed, and start bringing in more people and reset what MSC is. MSC is a great institution and organization. I'm doing a history of them right now. Did 3 episodes of that, got 2 more coming out. I met my wife on an MSC ship. I love MSC. I think it is an unheralded organization. I think the mariners get treated like crap, not just because of the leave. I think they get treated like crap by the Navy too. They don't get the privileges and honors they deserve. How many mariners got a Merchant Marine Expeditionary Medal for sailing out in the Red Sea during the Houthi crisis? Did the crew of the Supply get it? Did the crew of Kanawha get it? The crew of Patuxent get it? Did the Alan Shepard get it? Did the console tanker get it? No, they need to get recognition. They also needed to be treated like humans. The gangway up order that took place during COVID under Admiral Wetlaufer's command was terrible. And there have been past issues. It's not the responsibility of any single one commander or purpose. It is a issue that has been percolating throughout this time. And I think this issue needs to be dealt with. And I think it's absolutely crucial that it does. And I hope that it gets resolved. Remember, this is happening at the same time we're seeing delays in the introduction of new platforms in the military Sealift Command. The Navajo class salvage vessels are running behind. We don't have them out there to replace the current salvage assets. Why is it you can't get a salvage vessel to pull the So Union out? There's no salvage vessels to do it. We just laid up the last salvage vessel in the Middle East. So they're not out there. The new Oilers aren't out there, the Lewis class, because they're having issues. They need crews for them. That's an issue going on. So there's a variety of issues, not to mention the least our Sealift assets are 44 years old on average, and we're scrapping them and laying up faster than we can replace them. There are holistic issues we need to address. So there is a lot going on regards to shipping. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. If you did, hey, take a moment, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell, and be sure to go check your subscription, because again, pesky YouTube is cutting people out. Subscribe and like, give it a thumbs up, share it across social media, and if you can, support the page. How do you do that? Well, you hit that super thanks button right down there. You can contribute directly to the page, or head on over to Patreon, become a monthly, yearly subscriber to the channel. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Stay tuned for more as they come out. This is Sal, signing off.